contains products that some viewers may find offensive. So if you're the type of viewer who's easily shocked, then please switch off now and save us all a lot of grief.
Coming up later on Unnovations, where were you on the night of the murder? Laugh in the face of justice with the alibizer. Another satisfied customer proves just how popular our products are.
I lent mine to Stephen and I still haven't got it back. See what I mean?
Tony Scannell sells you things that he really has touched with his own hands. But now, sumptuous trinkets and costly luxury, the Unnovations Caviar and Platinum Hour.
Welcome back to Unnovations. You're watching the Caviar and Platinum Hour. Caviar, the egg of the sturgeon fish. Platinum, the whitest of all the golden metals. Together summing up products that only money can buy.
Now, with modern day life as it is, we all need a break now and then. Just to get away from it all and have a break. Isn't that right, Natalie?
Brilliant.
Most people like to lie on the beach for 10 days to a fortnight, just soaking up the waves and rubbing in the latest Ruth Rendell. Is that your idea of a good holiday, Natalie? Stretching out on a warm, sandy beach, feeling the sun between your toes, oiling your tan with a juicy dollop of Hawaiian tropic, then slipping your straps off so that you bear every last inch to the hungry rays. Wonderful. Then in the evening, getting legless on Smirnoff Ice, bearing your ghost white tits to a club full of top shoppers, then letting an illiterate warehouse boy from Doncaster squeeze his fat, calloused hands way up to your waxy bikini line. It's okay, Natalie. I wasn't referring to you specifically. I was talking about the sort of holidays that some people go on. The very sort of holiday that busy people with money, like you or I, would like to avoid. Well, our next product is a holiday product that would be very suitable for someone who has a lot of money, but makes it in a job where they get ordered around a lot. Now, you can have the chance to order others around with Dictator Break.
For £9,000, you'll be flown to the African Republic of Malinas, where you'll be installed as head of state for a 2-week period, half board.
While president, you'll have full authority to overthrow parliament, arrest political opponents and launch war upon neighbouring countries, while of course enjoying the pleasant weather and easygoing charm of the local people.
And total unconstitutional rule isn't the only benefit you'll be able to enjoy. In your 2-week dictator break, you'll be able to have the freedom to
kill your firstborn child if you believe them to be a potential power rival.
Meet the Manic Street Preachers.
Contravene international treaties, including those on arms, pollution and of course human rights.
Withhold banana exports in response to UN resolutions.
Take tea with Dennis Thatcher.
Erect a giant statue of you paid for with money stolen from the church.
Torture journalists.
Have a band of Warwick University students name an album after you.
Instruct a henchman to hold his hand in a candle flame to prove his strength and devotion.
And appear in the What Links round on Have I Got News for You.
Now, we'd love to show you some footage of the holiday, but the current dictator has banned foreign film crews. A really good example of the power you can have on a dictator break, don't you think, Nat?
Brilliant.
But we can show you this.
A dictator break holiday to Malinas starts at just £9,000 per person. As part of the all-inclusive package, you'll receive round-the-clock entertainment, 24-hour room service and private parking. And with the dictator break, children under 12 go free, as it's more than likely that you'll begin to distrust their motives during the first 3 days and have them tortured and publicly slaughtered. Here's what some previous holidaying despots have said about the dictator break.
Thanks to Dictator Break, I got to enjoy years of tyrannical manipulation packed into the fortnight's holiday of a lifetime. The highlight for me had to be dancing on dead men's bodies.
Dictator break gave me a new lease of life. Where else can you pistol whip a child whilst getting a golden tan? It was so much fun.
I came back from my dictator break holiday a new man. Tasting genocide for 2 weeks has helped me cope with a lifetime of drudgery at the post office. Thank you so very much.
Dictator breaks, for the autocratic bastard in all of us.
Here at Unnovations, we like to think that all our products are special. But now and again, a product comes along that is so special we feel it needs to be marketed extra forcefully to keep sales up. Let's take a look at this week's Unnovations Star Buy.
Men, relive your youth with circus regression pants. These gentlemen's briefs generate that tingly feeling in your balls you used to get as a kid when you saw that the circus was coming to town. Circus regression pants. Today's Star Buy, just £12.34.
Welcome back to Caviar and Platinum. Now, if there's one thing we know about refinement, it's this. You can't buy class. But you can buy classy things, and classy things lend an air of elegance to your surroundings. So, in a sense, you can buy class, but you have to go round the back way to get it.
Like an illegal umbrella salesman.
Still, if you're looking at injecting some class into the kitchen, it's no good just buying expensive crockery and thinking that's going to impress your guests.
Although later on, I'll be showing you a range of plates and spoons that will do precisely that.
Yes, so make sure you buy them all. But for the moment, what you need is classy food. It's no use buying those top-of-the-range plates.
Which I'll be showing you later.
It's no use having them if you're serving up a load of oven chips and frozen crispy crumb hooves or something. What you want is a meal that says style, that says flair, that says je suis debonair, and better yet, comes in an easy-to-open aluminium container like this. Fox chunks in Pauper's Tears. It really is the ultimate in opulence in a tin. It's tender chunks of gently murdered fox swimming in a brine gravy of poor children's tears. The ideal foodstuff for anyone who wants to live like a toff.
The foxes are guaranteed to have been killed by huntsmen with an income at least 65% above the national average, and that's a promise.
But what about the Pauper's Tears? Well, they're cried into the tins by row after row of weeping children held in captivity back at the factory, who've been shown pictures of the fox when it was alive, then placed in front of the can and asked to stare at its remains. They're paid just 15p for a week's crying, so you can sink into your meal in the knowledge that someone's made a 1,500% markup on their sorrow, which should make it taste all the sweeter. Natalie, would you like to try this for us?
Aren't you going to have it?
No, I'm sure it's lovely.
Let's have a go then.
You're the lucky girl.
It tastes like, well, I always used to think that fox would taste a bit like lamb, but it's surprisingly chicken-like, which is strange because they don't have feathers. And you can really taste the misery in these tears.
It really brings out the futility in the dead fox.
And for true elegance, try eating the fox chunks like this.
Oh! Call now and you can buy a 6-pack of Fox's Chunks in Pauper's Tears for £500.23. Natalie?
Sorry, I've got a bit of fox stuck in my teeth. Here's what the common people would say if they could afford it. Is it there?
Yeah.
Still there?
Yeah.
I think it's only a matter of time until it gets a celebrity endorsement of some kind.
It's amazing to think that mankind could dream up such a wonderful gizmo.
I've personally seen a 70% increase since I started using it.
Once you've used it, you'll wonder how you ever got by without one.
Now, once again, I'm afraid it's time for the segment we call Buyer Beware. I must say that I don't revel in this side of Unnovations at all. The last thing I want to do is warn you about bad products that may burn your leg off or apply too much pressure to your son's Adam's apple. But it's better that I tell you now than wait until you lose an ear or a nipple. The product we have today, unfortunately, gets a massive score on our Buyer Beware scale. Just look at this. It says here that the product has a 1 in 7 hazard ratio and a junk rating of 2. Now, I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it comes from what can almost be described as an official source. So the question you're all asking is, what is this terrible product? Well, it's this, the washing up sponge set, which is available exclusively from our rival Channel Shoppy Shop. Now, I can't tell you how many consumers have contacted Unnovations to tell us to warn our viewers not to buy these potential killers from Channel Shoppy Shop. I can't tell you because no one has told me, but I'm sure it must be at least a substantial number in the very least. Otherwise, why would I be warning you now? So, what makes the washing up sponge set such a hazard? Well, listen to this. Just one of literally zillions of emails we've received here at Unnovations. I left the kitchen for a second, and when I returned, my 15-year-old son had swallowed the entire washing up sponge set. It's not right. That from Mrs. Brigg. Well, Mrs. Brigg, your email just goes to show that the washing up sponge set really could be dangerous in the wrong hands. So please, do not buy the washing up sponge set. Do not shop at Channel Shoppy Shop. And if you really want to be safe, we suggest you torch the houses of anyone who buys from them. It is God's will.
Here at Unnovations, we firmly believe that the afflicted, lost, hopeless and leg-buckled need help, which is why we support a number of charities. Did you know that 1 penny from every other order placed on a Wednesday to the value of £94, excluding fitness or audio equipment, gets put in a tin? Well, it does. And once the tin feels fairly heavy, we get one of our work experience boys to count it all out and donate the contents to one of our affiliated charities. In the last year alone, we've bought some magazines for a reformed alcoholic, sent a teenage arsonist to the zoo, and delivered blankets to some men who keep wetting themselves in a London hostel. Unnovations, helping you, helping others, helping ourselves.
Welcome back to Unnovations. Now, can I be a bit crude for a moment? No, don't switch off. I'm not going to talk about breaking wind or boast about past sexual conquests. I'd like a second to discuss money. Now, people say a lot of things about money. Money makes the world go round, money talks, money is the root of all evil. Obviously, that one's not actually true because there are a lot of penniless sickos in the world. However, one saying that is true is that a fool and his money are soon parted. But if you're parted from your money while using a cash point by a criminal, are you a fool or a victim? The answer is, of course, both. Recent statistics show that over 95% of us use cash points each week. Of the remaining 5, 3% can't reach and 2 don't have fingers. But they're not just popular with people, they're popular with criminals too. The average cash point machine has 3.6 violent offenders within a 6-metre radius. And let's face it, when you're at the old hole in the wall, you're an easy target. Like being caught with your fiscal trousers down, to use a clever metaphor. Well, not anymore. Not with this. The Cash Point Master. As you can see, the Cash Point Master is a handy all-in-one kit that contains everything you need to prevent your visit to the cash point turning into something out of the equaliser. First, there's this sturdy helmet, which should protect you from blows from a cosh or a brick. It's also got this rear view mirror, which helps you spot trouble before it rears up and robs you. Next, the decoy fingers. Strap on rubber fingers that turn your hand into a confusing bush of flesh, making it impossible for anyone peering over your shoulder to tell what numbers you're keying in. And if you're a jolly uncle type, it's also handy for a little good-natured scaring of nieces and nephews at a family get-together. Plenty of laughs, won't mess them up for too long. There's also this sight screen, a vision-obscuring device that fans out around your neck, a bit like peacock's feathers. This is for extra security from those prying eyes from behind. They'll really have to crane if they want to peer around this. And if that's still not enough, there's this little pipe here, excuse me, that'll fire sand and powdered glass into the eyes of the bastard behind you. Believe me, it's gonna sting, and it might leave them a bit blind in both eyes, but let's be frank, they forfeited their right to 20/20 eyesight the moment they started peering at your PIN number. And speaking of PIN numbers, if, like me, you're always forgetting yours, don't worry. Every CashPoint Master comes with this arm-mounted PIN number reminder, displaying your PIN number in gigantic lettering. So you're in no danger of forgetting it. And in case it's dark, just push this button and it shouts the number loud enough for you to hear above any passing traffic. So there you go. Order now, and as a bonus, you'll receive this box of wax coins. So if there's a tramp begging for change nearby, just toss him one of these and he'll be happy. And he's going to look a right plum later on when it melts in his hand down the off licence. So there you have it. The CashPoint Master is only £79.36, which is a small price to pay for peace of mind. Just think, without this kit, there's a very real chance you're consigning yourself to an ugly, violent death in a pool of blood and banknotes. And urine. People just piss on the pavements these days, don't they? They're just animals. Animals. Really, it's time you bought one of these CashPoint Master sets, because we can't let the animals win, right? Right. OK, we'll be back in just a moment. Stay safe.
There now follows an announcement by the TPC. The Telly People Council is a group of men and women of differing sexual orientations, ages and race. In fact, we're so modern, we've appointed a gay black man as our leader. His name's Objudu, but we call him Gay Black Mike. We meet once a month and after business go for a drink. 2 of us are having an affair, but only 6 of us know. Or if Brian knew, there'd be trouble, because he's a moralist with a big mouth. Anyway, last month we agreed that Unnovations had breached broadcasting standards. The trouble is, Joan wrote down the details, but her car was burgled and her papers stolen. None of us can remember what happened, but all of us know there was a breach. Bruno thinks a false claim was made. Debbie thinks a monkey was involved. Either way, cut it out. For a full transcript, yeah. This is the end of the verdict.
Hi. You might recognize me. I'm a celebrity. I'm often on the telly, and sometimes magazines ask if they can photograph me in my kitchen or take snaps of me when I'm out buying bread. Anyway, enough about famous old me. I'm here to tell you about my celebrity hour, coming up later on Unnovations. Now, as a celebrity, if I tell you I'll be giving you a glimpse of the very best money can buy, you'll believe me. It's the same principle lots of celebs use to sex girls, but it's true. In my celebrity hour, I really will be demonstrating innovations beyond your wildest dreams. Be gloves, plugs, pretty shapes, optical stuff for your eyes. So, join me, a celebrity, for my celebrity hour. Only here, right here, with my celebrity hour on Unnovations.
Hello and welcome back. Next up today on Unnovations, we have a product that will appeal to anyone who has a skeleton in the closet or some shady secret burning away in the back of their dingy mind, which, let's be honest, is pretty much everyone. Ross, do you have a clear conscience?
Absolutely, Beverly.
Really?
Legally, yes.
Well, Ross is obviously special. But if you're one of the rest of the human race that isn't as special as Ross, picture this. Imagine you're in a situation where you may need an excuse or an explanation for something you did in a previous situation. You're in this situation, the latter one, and someone calls you, maybe your boss or your husband or CID. They call you asking what you were doing at the time of the situation, the former one. Well, what do? Well, if you're clever, you get out your alibizer to provide you with an alibi. You see? Alibizer, as in alibi. That's why I didn't say alibi earlier, because I wanted it to be a surprise. Anyway, let me show you exactly how it works. When you need an alibi, you find the particular code that relates to your subject from this manual. Then type in the code into the alibizer. Within minutes, or sometimes even seconds, an alibi flashes on the screen. Would you like to demonstrate, Ross? Let's say you're phoned by an uncle who asks why you didn't send him an Easter egg.
Right, OK. Let's find the code for that.
Quite a lot of codes, isn't there?
Indeed. Let's see. Easter.
Alibi for every situation, obviously.
Yes, hold on. Oh, OK, right. That. Right. Let's see what we get. Oh, here it is. Sorry, Julie, but Frank's broken his collarbone, so I won't be able to make it tonight.
Let's try an easier and more appropriate example, Ross. Your wife accuses you of having an affair and meeting your mistress last Thursday.
Right, well, hypothetically, let's see. Infidelity. No, hold on. Okay. Right. Right. Let's have a look. That's coming up now. Here we go. I wasn't screwing anyone last Thursday, you nosy bitch.
The Alibizer also works as a fake alibi deterrent. If you think someone is lying to you using an Alibizer, simply type in their alibi, word for word, get the code, look in the manual, there's your evidence. Obviously, this only works if they don't paraphrase and if your spelling's good. So, there we have it. Unnovations offer of the month. The Alibizer, with a specials Unnovations retail price of just £78.54. Perfect for any time you need to lie convincingly. For example, to your wife when she accuses you of having a mistress who works in the company call centre. The Alibizer at just £78.54. And if you like lying apparatus, you'll love these.
The Alibizer is just one of the products in our extensive Truth and Honesty range. Also available is this, the ultimate lie detector. Essentially a standard lie detector attached to a hammer. So if your subjects tell a fib, you can deal with them immediately. Or how about this eye handy gauge, which helps you measure how far apart people's eyes are. It's the most accurate way of telling who's honest and who's not. The Brazilian police use these and apparently they're 100% accurate.
You've been watching Unnovations with me, Beverly Newbond and Ross Lampton. And Ross, I've been told to congratulate you on your recent award.
Thanks very much, Beverly. Yes, as I'm sure most of our viewers know, I picked up Best Presenter in the Consumertainment category at the Specialist TV Awards. You probably saw my face in the papers.
Well, it was only in the trade papers, Ross.
Yes, but it was my face.
That's all from us today. Now, time to pass you over to Paul Trench and his earache showcase. Goodbye.
And a big goodbye from me, Ross Lampton, Consumertainment Presenter of the Year.